Hey guys, it's me, Wumblebum. Today I'm just talking, and I want to talk about tracing. Is tracing always a bad thing? Okay, so you hear a lot of people ranting about tracing, and they're like, oh my god, if you use bases and if you trace, you're terrible and you're never gonna be an artist and you're just gonna be stuck in a rut, so stop using them. But I'm actually gonna talk about, some instances where it's okay. For example, some people aren't artists. If you ever thought about it, they're not illustrators, they're mainly character designers, or they're trying to sort of start out. So they might use a base or a trace in order to create their reference image and then hand it over to an illustrator. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Oh, pardon me. Add a hot chocolatey milk. But I honestly don't think there's a problem with using it, so long as you're not going to sell it as your own work. And so long as you're going to use it temporarily, there is no reason why you can't just use that. For commercial purposes, of course, it's completely wrong, but that doesn't stop it from happening. I mean, you see it all the time, like carnival equipment and, I don't know, fucking ice cream trucks in my country especially. I don't know if they do it in other countries, but around here, they trace Disney characters and recolor them, and it's really shitty. But they do it so kids will come to the ice cream truck, and it's horrible. But they do it because that's how they attract children's attention. And it's wrong. It is wrong if you're using it for advertising or for commercial reasons. But if you're just, I don't know, a fucking 11-year-old kid and you're tracing so you can learn, you're not bad, okay? If a young kid wants to figure out how to make their lines smoother, and they decide for an exercise, okay, I'm just gonna make this picture translucent and then I'm gonna draw over it. It's just it's an exercise in confidence if you think about it. So long as they don't post it as their own work, so long as they say I traced this from here, and so long as they have permission to, there's no reason why they can't, really. It's not necessarily going to improve their ability to draw original poses, but there are a lot of ways in which it can help. For example, it can help them improve, like I said, their line confidence previously. And I'm not going to lie, when I was younger, I used to trace from bases all the time. And like I said, it helped me gain confidence with my line ability and color when I just did not have the confidence to create a sketch. So sometimes using a base as your original sketch or using another layer isn't a bad idea. Of course, tracing with intent to profit, like I established in that art court video I made, it's bad. It's a criminal thing to do, really. You're stealing. You're literally stealing because you're making money off of it. But there's nothing wrong with doing it in the comfort of your own home and not releasing it as your own work. Ooh, I keep burping. My cat is next to me, and he's so cute. Anyway, I don't see why people are out here snapping at little kids who are like 12 or 13 because they don't draw without reference. Like, yo, I'm 19 years old, I'm a professional, and I use reference sometimes. I don't necessarily trace it directly, but I do always look at pictures if I haven't drawn something before. So, for example, there's motorcycles in my current comic, and I'm not familiar with motorcycles from the 1980s, so I had to look up some reference images of a particular one that I wanted my character to have, and I look back at those images now and then, so I don't put the wrong pieces down. Like, is it so wrong to do that? And not everything is tracing, really. Sometimes people say it's tracing when it isn't. It's not tracing. Using a 3D model or a photo and then using that as a base to draw from, not tracing. You're just looking at a picture so that you get the right things on your page, and that's just being a competent artist. But yeah, if you're just doing it to learn and you're not claiming it as your own, I don't see a problem with it, honestly. Now, that's a controversial thing to say, because most people are up on their high horse about art and want to berate 10-year-old kids on how they should start. But let me tell you, I started out tracing. I started out ripping off other people's characters. The only difference is I didn't post it online. Whew, and there we go. So the problem is not drawing traced stuff. It's not copying other people's characters. It's the fact that it's not credited. And if you just say, hey, I can see that your character was inspired by this one, maybe you should mention that. Or you can say, hey, I've seen this pose here before, maybe you should just, mention it, and then also possibly drop a note to the original person saying, hey, I hope you don't mind, I created something based on what you made, I hope you like it, that way the person knows it's happening, and they don't have to have a nasty shock when someone sends it to them. Because so long as you've let them know, they're not going to be mad. I mean, I would never be mad if some little kid decided to trace something I made and make their own character. It'd be like, fair enough. They just thought that my pose reference was good, and they were mature enough to ask and to let me know. I honestly think that the problem with saying tracing is bad and evil and is never going to help you learn is that when kids do it, they're less likely to admit it. When really, you should just not be ashamed of yourself. Like, you're starting out, you're going to use weird methods. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. I mean, there's way worse practices. There are people who, draw extra bits onto existing characters and recolor them and call that original art. You're not doing that. You're putting the lines down yourself. You're not a terrible person. You're just doing what you can with your limited ability. And, there's nothing wrong with it, really. And maybe one day if you do want to become a full-on illustrator, then you'll learn how. But if you're just starting out and you use other people's stuff as reference, there is no shame in doing it so long as that person knows. And I know this is a rambly thing. I just feel really kind of sad when I see all this angry stuff about tracing. And I know a couple of people have already made things. I think I've seen a couple of videos about tracing. I don't exactly remember where they were from, but I thought I'd give my 2 cents in case anyone in my audience wondered what I was thinking. Obviously not many people wonder what I'm thinking. I'm only a small channel, but still. I just wanted to let people know, if you're, one of my viewers and you happen to use other people's work to base your poses from, don't feel bad, okay? I did that. When I was in secondary school. Okay? I was 13 and I used to use bases. Okay, I only did it a few times. But it helps. It really does. It helps kickstart you, so you don't feel scared to fill in that page. And, whatever it takes to get you drawing, really. I don't think there's any shame in it. I don't think that just because the hard part has been done for you, which is doing the poses, doesn't mean that you're not putting an effort in. I mean, like I said, so long as you're not profiting off of it, like Fake Savian, then you're not doing anything wrong. But yeah, I might have repeated myself a couple times there, might have gone off on 100 different points, but anyway, I hope you appreciate what I had to say today, and I hope y'all are having a good time, because I've been exhausted this week. Anyway, I mentioned this in a previous little update, but I'm currently opening commissions for headshots, so there's a link down below to the form where you can order one of those. They're $10 plus, so they're really not that expensive. I've also put some new items in my Gumroad shop. I was going to say Gumtrode, and then I realised how stupid that sounded. Help me, I have a stutter. Anyway, Gumroad. On my Gumroad, there's some bookmarks and some stickers and some really nice stuff. Some of it's nerdy, so you might like it. I don't know, do you like Legend of Zelda? Check out the fucking Legend of Zelda bookmark I made. It's sweet. I also made a Berserk bookmark. But yeah, go have a look. I also may or may not be opening a Patreon. Let me know if you're interested in that. I'm not going to make a Patreon if no one's going to back it, because that would just be a waste of time. But yeah, check out my links down below to see my other art. The background of what I'm doing in this video is just a reference image for a character I was making, just for a little one-shot. I might print it and sell it. I don't know. It's not going to be something I publish online, that's for sure. But I'll get back to you in the next video. But for now, have a good day. Let me know how your day was down below, or your week, or whatever. Mine was tiring. Bye.